traversed the tombs of Naxxramas. We've climbed every cliff on Black Rock. Now the world cries out for heroes. As a new evil rises, there will be danger. There will be doom. There will be ancient temples filled with relics, treasures, and traps. Who will answer the call?
Explorers lead, and we are in need of explorers. Adventure we seek, cross land and sea. Want to come and join us?
Yes!
Hi guys, and welcome back to StarLadder iLeague. I'm your host Namesh, and I'm here with Savit. We've seen some amazing games with League of Explorers being live, and that's a lot of fun. We still have one more match for you today. Savit, who are the players?
We're gonna have Amaz playing against StrifeCro, and if you're just tuning in, we're happy that you're here now, because that's certainly a match that you do not want to miss if you enjoy competitive Hearthstone. StrifeCro bringing his wacky Reno Jackson of Mage, and Amaz with his Hunter. Hunter was one class that we haven't seen all that much. He's playing that one, and Malagos Warlock. Oh, it should be good times.
And Tempo Mage as well. So it's
Oh,
Tempo
yeah.
Mage for Amaz and Reno Jackson, Brand, Bronzebeard, Weirdness, Dorisons, and some crazy Mage. So Mage on Mage action for sure. Then the Hunter, as you mentioned, which is a hybrid. We've seen Leper Gnomes. We haven't seen any charge minions. We haven't seen Wolf Rider. We haven't seen Arcane Golem or Arjun, but the Leper Gnome was there. What else? What else? There is a Handlock from StrifeCro.
Yeah.
So pretty...
Demon Handlock, I believe.
Demon Handlock, yeah. Some pretty interesting lineups. And, you know, those guys faced each other a couple of times before. And it's always cool to watch Amaz and StrifeCro, where StrifeCro is bringing new ideas and new interesting decks. Amaz always has something tricky, let's say, in his sleeve, right? Because those decks, he has the Bird Trap. Who expects that?
Well, StrifeCro will be expecting it now, because one of the matches have from Amaz, one of the matches from both players actually have already been streamed, so they have some information on what's coming up, and that might affect the decision making a tiny bit.
That Paladin also, that's mid-range, right? We've seen Keeper of Uldaman.
Yeah, it was with the one with Keeper of Uldaman, double Quartermaster, and Justicar True Heart. In slow matchups, that deck should be quite powerful. With that Justicar, being able to spawn 2 dudes every turn is so strong. It just win games. But if he gets matched up against maybe the Hunter, the Paladin might struggle, because it tends to be a little bit slow.
Yeah, I agree there. And the last deck that we haven't talked about is the Malagos Warlock from Amaz. A bit of a different build as well. He is running Imp Gang Boss in this one. So yeah, 6 different decks. Even though the classes are getting covered, it's actually 6 different decks that we're gonna see. So no mirror matches.
Yeah, I love it, Nims. Seeing so many different classes being played, and so many new cards as well. Seeing both Bran and Reno, even Ethereal Conjurer. What was the name of the card? A 5-mana card from in the Mage deck.
Plunderer.
Yeah, that one, and the 6/3 that lets you discover a card. That one, and also seeing the Dark Peddler, so many new cards. It's like League of Explorers, first 2 wings. There's more new cards getting played than the entire Grand Tournament, even though that was like 130 cards. It's quite amazing.
That's right, and I just can't wait for the new cards as well, for the future weeks to see the new Murloc Mist. How's he even called? Like just changing the hero powers, and that's the Mrs. Starseeker.
Yeah. Discover a new hero power. Like, oh my goodness.
Maybe Shaman will be viable.
Yeah, one day. No, Shaman has gotten some love. The new 1-drop seems to be quite amazing if you're playing those Overload cards. Getting that 1/3 and being able to buff it like a mana worm, it's quite amazing at times.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so game 1 starts. The players already after the mulligans. We're going to see Hunter versus that Mage deck.
Yeah, and even the Scarab in there. And
you actually had it.
New cards. Yeah, that's so awesome. So many new cards. That card is so much fun. Have you tried playing it in Shaman? Like in Shaman, it's mind-blowing how many good 3-mana cards there are. Everything seems to be 3-mana.
Feral Spirits.
Hex, Lightning Storm, Elemental Destruction.
Wow, that's a couple of good cards I would like to get.
Healing Wave as well. Like situationally, you can pick a Healing Wave, but if you don't need a Healing Wave, then you just pick something else. It's so strong.
He got a torch. That's not bad itself.
Not bad at all. That is going to allow StrifeCro to be able to remove at least one minion on turn 3 if he has no other play. It's definitely nicer to play the torch than to play the Frostbolt because on turn 4 he can Frostbolt and ping, or maybe Frostbolt and play Mad Science if he picks one up. So torch, great card here.
He's actually playing double Ethereal Conjurer, which means that maybe that was the card stopping Reno in the previous matches.
Could be. So what we know of StrifeCro's deck right now is there's at least double Conjurers and there's double Flame Strikes, double Mad Scientist. Yeah, double Mad Scientist. Probably some more. Choosing to play the Brand Bronzebeard here straight away. Notice that the Mad Scientist alone does not contest it. No, that's a really heads-up play. I think a lot of people would have just went for the Torch straight away, but this is stronger. It is a 2/4 and against the 3/2. While he does end up taking a little bit more... he doesn't even take more damage. Amaz is going to do the trade for him.
Yeah, it makes sense from both sides, because on StrifeCro's side, this is a great minion that actually soaks 4 damage and deals with the minions as well. And from Amaz's side, you don't want to have Brown Bronzebeard alive. You do know that there are cards like Jeweled Scarab that can draw even more cards that give StrifeCro even more advantage.
That is true. There's a lot of Battlecry minions. If you're playing Brand Bronzebeard, you can if you see your opponent playing Brand Bronzebeard, you can bet that there's going to be a lot of Battlecries in that deck.
That's why it's such a great card, because if you get it late game, it's great. You can combine it with some Battlecry cards. It's a bit conditional, so it's not always perfect, but it's most likely gonna do some work. And if you get it early, it's still a great minion with good stats, which has super taunt like Torison, right? You just need to kill it.
Yeah.
Explosive as well. Nice.
Yeah. Well, this is like a real StrifeCro deck. And when I'm looking at it, if I saw just the deck list, I would have to guess whose deck it is. I think I would get it correct.
Yeah.
Because StrifeCro tends to like toolbox type of decks a lot, where there's a lot of different cards. Sometimes I feel like it might be taking a little bit away from consistency, but StrifeCro has made a lot of these type of decks work.
And it seems like toolbox decks are actually super high skill cap, because you with every card you have to make them the best out of it, because you will not have the second copy later in the game.
That is true, and if there's somebody who can buy this, it's StrifeCro. And that's just amazing. He has 3 Discover cards in his hand right now. So much flexibility with those.
I'm sure Ben Brode is really happy seeing this match right now.
Yeah, he's watching. And looks like Amaz wants to hold on to his life chip for now and just playing the juggler. Oh, what a card to get! That's definitely an option to just use the hero power now with the Steam Beetle Sniper to take out the slime.
It's probably the best.
Oh my goodness, huh? That's amazing.
Cutthroat Hunter's alive!
Yeah, otherwise he would have probably went with just the bow. It's not bad to develop the bow, but he would have got to use the charge on a almost worthless slime.
Yeah, now it's all about board presence, and because he wants to play high main on the following turn, he's in a good position. What's the secret again that Amaz played? Do we know?
This one was Freezing Trap. He also has the Bear Trap in the deck, but right now he's with a Freezing Trap.
All right. So for StrifeCro, you have 6 mana, and you can't really combine many things. If you feel Juggler is dangerous, you might deal with it. Conjurer is awkward, right? Like, if you play Conjurer, it just dies easily. And there's this hero power dealing damage to minions.
Yeah.
Belgium still might be the best.
Like, this is the experience I have with the Conjurer, because that's just like the 3 toughness trades so poorly in many situations. But if you get to play it on an empty board, it certainly is very powerful. But I think here he might lean towards something like a Belcher or a Torch into a Scarab if he wants to do that. Or maybe even if that's the one that he's torching, I guess the Explosive Sheep makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Explosive Sheep versus Juggler is such a troll card.
Yeah, it sure is.
Like, play a minion, I dare you.
Yeah.
So you have to tag into it.
Yep.
And then
that worked out.
Still good.
That worked out pretty well for StrifeCro. He dealt with both of those minions.
Okay, so yeah, that was a good play from Maz, and StrifeCro now can actually play Conjurer.
It looks like he's finally going to. And with that, he can also play a Scarab. There's not much else to do. doesn't really the hero power here wouldn't really be meaningful at all. Being either the face or the high main both seem
Can he
like a
discover
waste of mana.
Flare? I mean, like,
No, it has to be
a
wait.
class card.
Yeah, it's a class card, so it's like yeah.
Okay.
No, unfortunately, no flare.
Well, it's probably balanced, but all right.
Oh yeah.
He discovered the Flame Strike, which is quite good, and now he's discovering
Discovering a 3-mana card.
3-mana card, and it's
Yep.
more likely to have a mage card than a neutral minion.
I don't like exactly. There's less class cards than there are neutral cards, but the chances to get a class card as a lone is higher. I don't know the exact math behind it. Like how likely is it to get like the good class cards over bad neutral minions? But because there's so many, I don't know how many there are. Oh, and he gets an ice block. That might prove valuable later on in the game.
Yeah, Ice Block, he's probably not playing one in the deck, so Ice Block is definitely good if you get one more turn, especially in this kind of deck.
Yeah,
Alright.
I mean, in this deck where he also has the Reno Jackson somewhere, it should be quite amazing if he gets to do the ice block first and then an effective Reno. But we saw him struggle a little bit with pulling off the Reno in the earlier game where he had multiple copies of the same cards in there.
Amaz decides to use his Freezing Trap to lock the 6/3, which is quite cool. Echo of Medivh, well, it's good if you have Brown Bronzebeard heal bots. It's not good with Conjurer, not for now.
It doesn't really work right here, right now. Flame Strike is very awkward. The Jaime is at 5, and even if he managed to kill it, there would still be the hyenas left.
So
Maybe
Ice Block?
yeah, that seems like the best play to me. Is there any other options? Really want to be mana efficient.
Yeah, probably that's the thing. For next turn, you will have Flame Strike. Playing the second Conjurer doesn't make sense because it's just 2 minions that you can't really use on board.
Yeah, it's too likely that the ice block would get popped if he didn't play the Belcher, or he would just die if he didn't play the ice block. But yeah, Belcher ice block. Seeing all the cards, that seems like it's the best play. And I think that even without seeing his opponent's cards, StrifeCro is going to come to the same conclusion and play the Belcher, and there we see it come down.
Yeah, well, it's good to play the Ice Block, especially if you want to try to clear the board next turn with Flame Strike, and he can feel safer with that Ice Block being set.
Yep, absolutely.
And on the Amaz side, you can expect a duplicate, actually, because we've seen duplicate before from StrifeCro.
It could happen, yeah.
It's actually it's a Scarab card, so it can be any secret at this point.
It could be anything, yes. That is true. Do you get the notification that Scarab secret played, or it's just a secret? Like when it's played?
No,
I can't remember if you actually see it's like Scarab card. But at least if you track it in your opponent's hand, yeah. So you can see it because you can see that it is in fact that. So Amaz is aware that the secret could be anything. It was not one that StrifeCro chose to put in his deck.
Well, right now he tested for some secrets, so he knows it's not spells. How's the secret called? Spellbound.
The counterspell or spellbender.
Spellbender, yes. So it's none of those two. And he knows it's not Vaporize. He knows it's not Ice Barrier. Can be Mirror Edit, can be Ice Block.
Yep, and StrifeCro realized that those cards right now are not getting the trick done. Goes for more digging action here with that Conjurer. Probably hoping to see something like a Cone of Cold or a Frost Nova to potentially delay his opponent a little bit from popping the Ice Block.
Yeah, that's true. Or
an Ice Barrier, maybe.
I wonder if there's any spell to pop the Freezing Trap, something like the Boar, but then like if you change your
No, it has to be a spell.
Yeah, it's actually a spell, like polymorph into Boar.
Oh right, yeah.
And then you like change your own minion into the 4/2, you charge face.
Well, that's actually really interesting if you got a polymorph. Oh, Cone of Cold. Okay, well, I was like, is it a polymorph? Would have been quite powerful to deal with that Hymen.
Polyhuffer. It wasn't.
Polyhuffer, yeah. I was thinking it's just the regular good old poly sheep.
Yeah, that one wouldn't. Oh, that one wouldn't be bad actually if you polymorph the high main. But the Econo of Cold being used, and well, it's still really bad for Strife.
Sure is. Needs to find some help from the top. Big game hunter. That is not helpful for now.
You can Flame Strike this, but then you do put some more power on board anyway. You can Torch and Flame Strike.
You need to like stabilize somehow. At this point, StrifeCro realizes there's nothing that can stop the ice block from getting popped. So he's just imagining in his head, okay, what is the best card? Is there a card that he could draw next turn? Yes.
If it's active, because it might not be active yet.
Yeah. So you just like trying to imagine the best possible top deck card and base your plays right now, thinking that, okay, I will draw that card.
Well, from my perspective, if Reno is active, you do Torch the 6/4, you Flame Strike, you have 2 small spiders on board, and then you draw a Reno and get up to 30. The board is not threatening that much.
Oh, this is really interesting. So he's gonna go for Echo of Medivh into another corner. Let's see what he finds. Flame Lance. That's not very good.
There's a Leopard Gnome, which is actually not bad because StrifeCro is dying here.
Yeah, that Flame Lance. I don't know if that was a misclick or if all of the options were really that bad, because it doesn't seem like the Flame Lance would have any kind of impact.
Yeah, maybe he just got one of the free cards because he was running out of
He might have been roped. Yeah, he might. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible that he just roped there.
It would be so sad if he had the second ice block and he couldn't pick it.
Yeah.
That's why you have to play faster. All right, he's not dead yet, but with Lothab, it will be super hard to get back.
Yeah.
Reno Jackson's still the play.
Yeah, I mean, if it's even active.
And that's a heal bot.
It's not going to do enough. There's no way out of this for StrifeCro.
Yeah, so it seems like StrifeCro is going to drop game 1, and Amaz, again, winning with the Hunter, the first match.
Even if StrifeCro chooses to play the Conjurer here and finds an Ice Block, he will not have the mana to play the Ice Block because of the load-up effect.
Poor Conjurer. Not only it's more mana, the spells don't work as well. So StrifeCro concedes, recognizes the defeat. He can't believe it. How can I lose with this deck? It's so good.
They could have Flame Lance the Leopard Gnome there for instead of conceding.
With MDM.
But yes, Amaz got again starting with a win with his Hunter. That's good for him. It's still a long series though. That was only game 1 and it is a best of 5 and format is Conquest. So Amaz's Hunter is now out of the equation and Amaz needs to find a win with his Mage and Warlock.
Amaz is on fire. He won versus Dice, what, 3-1? And now he's fighting with StrifeCro, already 1-0 in the lead.
Yeah.
So, really good start. And I wonder that Mage, StrifeCro was winning versus Stanu Dachi, and then he had to play that Mage, and he was struggling. So maybe
he really was. It might be, but it might also shine in some matchups, like against Amaz's Mage, maybe. If StrifeCro's starting hand is not too slow, which it might be, but if it's not a slow hand, it is possible that he can stabilize against the Tempo Mage and win in a long game. And that's the matchup that we are going to see here. It will be StrifeCro's, what do we call it, value Mage against Amaz's more aggressive Tempo Mage.
We haven't seen Spell Slingers from Amaz. We've seen Portals though, which is a staple. So for now, his Mage seemed kind of standard. And for StrifeCro, he can be he can have a good start. He can start with Zombie Chow into Mad Scientist into Brown Bronzebeard. So let's see if we can see that. Probably Mulligan away, Blizzard and Flame Strike.
Absolutely, those cards are too expensive to have early on. It's much more important to try to secure an early solid mana curve where you just have things to do on every single turn.
From Amaz, do you keep Shredder or do you Mulligan it away?
I think he kept it already. With that hand, usually you don't keep a Shredder, but he already had a turn 2 and a 3, and going for the mana worms might be a little bit too optimistic. So most of the cases, if he replaced the Shredder, it would be a worse card than the Shredder is.
Especially
so
because
I like keeping it.
You don't have the spells as well, so it's not bad. And you're playing versus a slowish deck.
Yep.
Should be fine. All right. So StrifeCro starting with the Zombie Chow.
Yeah, that's a great start. That's exactly what he wanted to have, and he got it. Amaz here with the could go with the flame cannon or just play the mad scientist. Scientist seems good. Getting the secret out of his deck as fast as possible is very powerful.
Savitz, both players are playing conjurers. What do you think about that?
Well, one of them is going to win, but we can't call the card good or bad based on that. But yeah, I mean, for one of them, it's gonna work out well.
I like it because it's a spell. So I like conjurer in Flamewaker deck. You know, with the spell slinger, you get something absolutely random and you give something to your opponent as well. Even though spell slinger is good on curve for the third turn, conjurer gives you a specific spell and you have a choice. So I think I like it. I would definitely test it instead of Azure Drakes.
Yeah, it's a very flexible and powerful card, but it is very slow and also weak. If you play it on a board where your opponent already has minions, as trading for it is so easy.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you play a tempo deck, you do have Shredder on 4, which should give you the tempo, and then you slam a 5/3. And it's, you know, it's easy to kill, but you have to spend some mana or resources to kill it. If you don't have them, it's just 5 attack creature.
Yep, I mean that's true. It can be good if you're already ahead on board. If you play it play it on an empty board, it's very good. But if your opponent has Fire Warlocks out already, I don't know. Oh, what? Why did he not play the mana worm? Oh, it was a duplicate, right? So he doesn't want to duplicate the worm.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
if there's... Yeah, okay. So it's duplicate. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, so he wanted to avoid the duplicate on the mana worm. No, that's perfectly reasonable.
Really good decision there. Also, Mana Worm can sometimes be useful versus mirror entities from your opponent. And even though StrifeCro is not playing them, he is playing Conjurers. And he is playing Jewel Scarabs.
Oh man, StrifeCro really worried about the mirror entity, but it's not going to be a mirror entity.
And there is a Shredder from Amaz as well. Such a mirror match.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing. Who do you think has an advantage in this matchup?
Well, looking at the hands right now, I think that Amaz's hand is good enough that he might be able to edge this out. But if the game goes very long, I think that StrifeCro might, with this, even though I've questioned it a little bit, like especially like the pacing of this deck, like how slow it is. I think that he might have a good chance against Amaz's deck. But it's going to be hard for him.
It is a Grandeur Mage, so even if he takes some damage early, he will be able at some point to clear the board with Flame Strikes and AoEs that he has, and then he does have Heal Bots and Reno Jackson.
It's true, everybody plays Death Roll minions though. So sometimes the Flame Strike is not enough, and it tends to be so mana extensive that you can't play anything else on the same turn.
He got Mirror Entity from his deck! He actually is playing one. In the list. Interesting. Alright, so Sludge Belcher makes a lot of sense, and he goes for the duplicate on the Conjurer.
Yep, Amaz finding a lot of value with his duplicate. He will have to find the time to play those somewhere. But if he does, those double conjurers might even be able to outvalue the deck that I thought at first would be the one with more value in it.
Yeah, that's a lot of value with this duplicate and Conjurers. But now he needs to deal with the Shredder, and he is going with double Mana Worm.
Oh man.
Portal. It's gonna ping the Belcher, right?
Probably.
Brewmaster.
I'm trying to evaluate how valuable that is, but...
With Conjurer, you can get even more cards! Oh my god!
Yeah, for how much mana? Like, it's a lot of mana.
But still, there are some Battle Cry effects, so you might... Oh, wow!
Greetings, Summoner.
Hello, Millhouse Mana Storm. And duplicate the Belcher. That's some value for StrifeCro.
Sure is. For yeah, so this might take a while. Just looking at the hands,
Right? And it's really hard to evaluate who actually has an advantage. I mean, like, for now it looks like Amaz is in a good spot.
yeah. Amaz a tiny bit, and Amaz also has the Flame Strike. StrifeCro would really like to have one right now. He only has 6 mana, but it would certainly be good on turn 7 or maybe 8.
So what do you do? Do you get more cards with Brown Bronzebeard and Jewel Scarab? You know there is a possibility of
No.
Flame Strike.
There's no way you can go for like more value here. He definitely wants to just make the strongest play that he can. You don't try to like maximize the cards
Okay.
at this point. Lothep, wow.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, that might be a card that he can combo with the Brewmaster.
Well, for now, I feel like Conjurer is not bad because you do kill Belcher, you kill the 1/2 slime, and you have a 5/3 on board, and you do draw a card from it.
Yep. The only problem with this is that the Flame Strike is
Oh man.
would be a full clear. Wow! If he goes to the Echo, this is going to be insane. Because both players with the Echo.
He can. I mean, Fireball is great as well.
Yeah.
You have to avoid how good Echo will be.
Oh, he actually took the Echo. Wow.
Oh man.
I mean, it can be extremely powerful. If he needs more cards, that's gonna do it. With like Lothep and if there's still a board remaining to going for something like Lothep, Echo of Midi from turn 9, then getting a bunch of minions, playing another Lothep afterwards, so powerful.
Yeah, it is quite great. And now StrifeCro doesn't have a good way to deal with the 6/3. Like you can ping the 4/1, but what do you do?
Yeah, it's looking at bad.
Can you get something from Jeweled Scarab? Not really.
Not really, no. Like Frost Nova or similar wouldn't really solve the problem.
Apprentice is also cool because you can limit the Echo's cost.
Oh man, here we go.
Going for the Echo plays, just more value minions on board.
Yeah,
That's
it's for the next.
And he protected those minions with Lothep. So there's finally Frostbolt, but
The next turn from Amaz is going to be incredible. There's no way for StrifeCro right now to stop that. Stop that high value Echo from happening. Amaz can even play more minions onto the board before playing the Echo.
it seems like StrifeCro is thinking about Bran into Ethereal Conjurer to get
Yeah.
draws.
I actually not. Well, I guess the cards do, but I feel like he has to go for it if he wants to win this game. He needs to find the Flame Strike. So even though it's really like high risk, high reward play, wow, he is going for it because that's not very much stats. But StrifeCro realizing that this is not a winning hand.
Yeah, he's kind of lackluster. The Scarab offers some
Yeah.
help in the form of a secret, maybe. But this is tough, especially because Echo this turn allows Amaz to play another Lothep to block the spells yet again, and he'll be able to kill the 6/3 with the Mana Worm.
Oh no, those are not good cards for StrifeCro right now. He was hoping to find AoE, but he did not get it. Almost with the second Apprentice. What
Can he
exactly?
If there's Antonidas, he can get Exodia. 4 Apprentices and then infinite fireballs.
Oh my.
Probably not. Is he just going to go here? Oh, Polyhaffer. That's 4 damage actually. That's not bad.
Is that lethal? I'm trying to counter if he just polyboards the. No way.
Oh,
not even close. No. Yeah.
But this Echo is super strong.
Jeez, and he gets to trade a 3/1 for that 6/3. Like now that's a value trade right there.
Yeah. He actually hit Bran. Well, 1 damage to face was good because then damage on the 6/3 would be wasted, and he actually missed that. But still, this board is really good. And there's Blizzard for StrifeCro.
Yeah.
Finally, some AoE.
Yeah, that's definitely a good draw, but he's very far behind right now because of how many cards Amaz threw there.
He can Polyhaffer Blizzard, but do you really want to do it?
No, maybe just a Blizzard and try to get a minion on the board. It might be Scarab time, try to find something. But I'm trying to imagine the best possible card from the Jewel Scarab. I don't know if there really is anything that can help.
Polyhaffer?
Yeah, it could like help turn the game around. But Blizzard now and hopefully try to Flame Strike next turn. I don't know. Because StrifeCro also knows that there is another Lothep in Amaz's hand. So that has to be a consideration.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I kind of like Jeweled Scarab into Polyhaffer the Scarab and then attack for 4 into one minion. It's like you spend 5 mana to kill something and you draw a card as well. Like maybe not now, but for future turns. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's some really interesting games. There's so many different decisions, like so many different lines of play that these players can take.
Savitz, I think this is actually a start of something great. This is one of the first matchups, Mage versus Mage, that we cast. And this might be a viable deck. Like, we might actually cast a lot of Conjurer decks.
I hope so. Oh, another
Echo?
Echo.
What?
No, but you go for the fireball here, right? No, he's taking the Echo. Wow.
Infinite value.
Are you kidding me?
That's why Conjurer is so good. Like, it's much better than Azure. Come on.
It's incredible.
I think we need to play Conjurer decks after this.
I'm gonna queue up You queue up some games right after this series.
Yeah, too.
I don't care if it's bad, but I wanna play it.
It's not bad. Like, you just watch this. This is $50,000 prize pool tournament, and Amaz is actually skamazing with Echoes of Medivh.
Wow.
He's getting Lothebs.
He's played 2 loaded, but he has 2 more in his hand.
This is so good, especially versus Mage. Like, he knows there's just so many spells after the Plunderers. He's just going to lock them up, continue going for face. Even
This is one of the most ridiculous competitive games I've seen. Like, on a scale, like, what's going on. It's so many discover effects. So many unpredictable outcomes. I have a tough time following all the action.
And I think it's actually high skill cap, because you have to adjust your strategy when you get a new card. You get some options, and you get some choices as well.
Yeah, I mean, you need to consistently evaluate all those options from that.
Alright, so for Amaz, he is almost a full hand, or is it even full, like 10 cards? I think it's 10 cards, yeah.
Yeah,
You want to play one Lotheb at least? And
absolutely.
You have Polymorph still. So you can run into Shredder if you want to, but Polymorph is 4 damage, so it might be useful for the future.
Probably just build up the board. Maybe even double Lothebs. Those effects, the effects from Lothebs do stack, so this means that all the spells from StrifeCro next turn will cost, well, quite a bit. There you can see it. 14 mana Echo of Medivh, 13 mana Spellbender, and 13 mana Polybore.
So you know Frost Nova is out of the question. No Frost Nova after double Lotheb. You know no spells are gonna be cast.
Yep,
So that was pretty good.
that certainly was, and with the Polybore, and I was trying to see if they could be lethal with the Polybore. They maybe could be with the Flame Waker and Polybore, but if not lethal, that second Echo is going to give him even more Lothebs. Amaz has played 4 Lothebs, and he might get even 2 more.
Infinite Lotheb value. Well, he just needs... Okay, he actually needs more because there's a heal bot, but still, it's a good position for Amaz.
Absolutely.
Oh man. Do you go for more Flame Wakers as well? How many minions can you even echo here? Because you're almost at full hand. Maybe you just Flame Strike. Flame Waker, Flame Strike, go face for 10.
Seems fine. I wouldn't hate like Mana Worm into Echo into another Lotheb. Just hit for 10 either. Well, there's a lot of options. Maybe might be a little bit worried about Frost Nova or effect like that, so Flame Strike seems very safe.
On the other hand, Echo and playing one Lotheb every turn starting from now on is not bad as well.
Yeah, I was thinking of that exact thing, but yeah, this is so solid.
Really.
Getting rid of all that board. He still has more cards in his hand than StrifeCro does, and that board is wow, it's quite a powerful one.
With this board, it feels like Nox is out.
Okay, well this is weird. Those cards are not ridiculous enough. We needed something like Tree of Life and
3 of Life, yeah. It's just a Shadow Ball. It's so normal.
yeah, that's pretty lame though. Like in comparison to those like other ones.
Okay, so there's the Polyhuffer, but he can't really...
Yeah, I think StrifeCro is looking at his last turn here. With that Seal of Light Polybore and Mana Worm, he has Mana Worm already on the board.
Yeah, so right now it's 9, he just needs 7 more, so it's easy.
That is lethal, yeah.
Amaz just doing the last counts, he knows. Goes with the Seal of Light first. Then...
Yeah, as long as it sequences it correctly.
Right, that's pretty good. Alright, so that's pretty nice. And Amaz actually wins another game versus StrifeCro, which makes it 2-0. And he just needs to win with the Malygos Warlock now. So that mage for StrifeCro, it doesn't work. Amaz actually got all those echoes from Conjurers. That game was crazy, Savitz. That was really entertaining.
I don't know what happened. I couldn't have been any more wrong, because I thought that StrifeCro would have been the one outvaluing Amaz. But what happened was that Amaz got 2 echo of medicine. He actually had the board already, so he got to use those echoes also efficiently. And yeah, all those low taps, not much StrifeCro can do with a handful of spells.
And he played so well as well. You know, like some people consider Amaz not having that much time for Hearthstone because he is the owner of Archon. He's doing a lot of business things. He's streaming as well, but he is so competitive. Like whenever I see him play, he's playing so well and bringing interesting decks. So those are not random decks he brought. Those are decks with a lot of thought, with new cards, and he tested them. He plays them really well. I like it.
Yeah, that was really well played by him. Well, both players, really. I mean, I didn't spot any mistakes from StrifeCro either, but really cool game to watch.
Yeah, StrifeCro is always bringing those troll decks, which actually end up being meta decks. So maybe it doesn't work. Maybe this mage doesn't work for now. Mm-hmm. Maybe he was aiming for the other matchups, because Amaz did bring different matchups. Like normally you do expect Druid, you expect Paladin, and expect Patron. Maybe that mage deck is actually good versus those decks instead.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see Reno Jackson play versus Paladin, I think it's a great card. Because with Paladin, sometimes you can go... Like, probably this is what StrifeCro does. Like, you do grind your opponent out, and they go out of cards, and at some point you just slam Reno Jackson and win. Because they don't have tools to deal 30 damage again.
Yep. Here, looking at the starting hands, it looks like Amaz has the better one. The Peddler and the Imp was so good. Dark Bomb and Hellfire as well, so if there was a Master for Battle, if he needs to AoE early, he can. Dark Bomb also allows answering Knife Juggler or anything similar.
Yeah, and StrifeCro is playing the mid-range Paladin with True Silver, with Just Equal to Heart. And True Silver as well, obviously.
Yep. Well, this is an interesting decision. Just going for the Power Overwhelming. It is the safe pick. It is the most powerful card out of those ones. Could have tried to tempo with one of the minions, but he already has the Imp Gang boss for next turn, so life tap into a one-drop isn't very tempting.
And StrifeCro does whatever he can with the cards he got. The hand is not great. The Quartermaster, Tyrion, a bit too late game. Keeper. Can he do something with Keeper Vuldaman here?
Well, just looking at the other cards, they're nothing else to do, so I would expect him to probably buff his own 1/1. Just give it the Houndmaster's treatment.
Probably kill the 2-1 with the Zombie Chow and then go face with the 3/3.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
Seems solid.
Can't deal with the Imp Gang boss, and Keeper of Uldaman does not silence the minion, so there was nothing you could do versus Imp Gang boss.
Ooh, that's an early Hellfire. It does give Amaz a full board killer, and he's still going to be left with 2 minions on the board. Even going for the Mortal Coil here to keep his Imp Gang boss intact.
That's really solid, and he gets another Hellfire, so he's in a really good position here.
Yep, that's really nice pickup. Hellfire is one of the best cards against Paladin, I would say. Personally, I try to hold on to it as much as I can and just use other means at first. But with 2 Hellfires, sure. And the board there was quite efficient.
Yeah, and you want to be aggressive with this deck as well, because a lot of people think Malygos Warlock, yeah, I just need Malygos and burst my opponent out of the spells, but the minions are so strong, and sometimes you can just win with those minions, and you don't need Malygos. Just finishing the game with Dark Bomb to face for 3 damage will be enough.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's getting to push a lot of damage in early on here. Amaz has a strong grip on the board right now. That Blackwing Corruptor, absolutely perfect to take out the 3/3 from StrifeCro.
Yeah, I really like this deck as well. I'll probably play it much after, well, this month mostly. I'm really happy. I liked it before, and with Dark Peddler, with Brand Bronzebeard, I think the deck is even stronger now, more stable.
Yeah, absolutely, I have to agree with that. I think it's an extremely powerful deck. I've had a lot of success with it as well.
This seems like... Oh, he's going for Azure Drake Mortal Coil. Makes sense.
Yeah, really strong play. Getting to deal with that easily. I think I get 6 damage to the base here, sure. Amaz in a commanding lead. There's not much StrifeCro can do right now. He would have to... Well, Trucial helps a little bit, but it might not be enough.
Actually,
Amaz already... I think it might be a game right here.
Yeah, he has
Unless
so much damage with the Hellfire, Dark Bomb, and Power Overwhelming. If
Unless StrifeCro heal bots, that should be enough, right?
it also depends on the
close.
sequence. Because if True Silver, actually, if he attacks the Azure Drake, he will... Wow. So with this, you can PO Azure Drake, let's say. That's 8, 9, plus 4 is 13.
It's it's more than enough. He has 12 from the hand.
Wow,
And,
just like that, Amaz takes the 3-0 victory versus StrifeCro on the back of his Hunter. Amazing tempo mage with Conjurer, and that's Malaga's Warlock. Pretty good start in the group, and he won versus Dice as well.
Yeah, wow. That was really convincing. I was hoping for maybe a 3-2 one way or another, and that was a quick 3 series from us. Well played, and seemed like his lineup was working very well here too. I was looking at the Hunter, maybe the Hunter is a little bit out of meta, maybe it's not his strongest right now, that's my personal opinion, but Amaz really made it work. He played 2 games with it today, he won both of those, and the games weren't even that close.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's recap, Savitz. We started the day with Thijs versus Hoy, and Thijs won 3-0. Then StrifeCro won versus Stan Udachi, he won 3-2. Thijs versus Amaz, Amaz took that one, 3-1. Hoy versus Stan Udachi, a convincing win for Hoy, 3-0. And StrifeCro versus Amaz, Amaz takes it 3-0. And that's day 1 for Group A. We are playing round robin, so all those players have to play versus each other. So tomorrow at 6 p.m., we're back with Savitz, 6 p.m. CET, which is, I think, noon EST. We'll be back with more games, 5 more games for tomorrow from Group A. And after that, we'll have Group B, C, and D, casted by Town and Grace Lothar B, then me and Savitz, Group C, and then Noxious Lothar for Group D. So every day starting from today, you guys will have more Hearthstone action. And this is StarLadder I-League. We'll have a lot of games, 20 pro players playing, 2 parts, and $50,000 prize pool and offline finals in January. So a lot of good Hearthstone. Savitz, final words?
Not that much. I'm just really looking forward to the next days. The matches today were amazing, and the lineup for this tournament is just mind blowing. With Trump playing Colento, there's so many great players. I really recommend everybody to check out the games on the following days as well.
All right, it was amazing pleasure casting with Savitz, and see you tomorrow, and see all of you tomorrow as well. The same channel. Stay tuned for more Hearthstone actions. See you guys. Have a good night.
We've traversed the tombs of Naxxramas. We've climbed every cliff on Black Rock. Now the world cries out for heroes. As a new evil rises, there will be danger. There will be doom. There will be ancient temples filled with relics, treasures, and traps. Who will answer the call?
We will lead, explorers lead, and we are in need of explorers. Adventure we seek, cross land and sea.